going to do a quick tutorial on how to use Planning Center to communicate to your whoever's putting in graphics, so lyrics, and then to make sure that your tech team, particularly your video director, understands what to expect through a service. So I'm going to use this weekend as an example. I came in, and I've actually done a couple things, but I'll just describe what I'm doing. So I clicked on here, and it says tag greater things yet to come. Okay, so, but before there was no sequence for Won't Stop Now. There was no arrangement. There was no rehearsal materials. So that means that it wasn't going to communicate very well to your band. So you would have to rely on some other form of communication rather than just using Planning Center. So this song should communicate to the band already. And really what you're trying to say is that you're going to tag. So I'm going to put in a new song. You're going to tag with God of this city. So we're going to attach the song God of this city in just the chorus. I've already done a little bit of cleaning up in here. Oh, that's God with us. We'll get there. Link a song. God of this city. There we go. And it's going to be an A. All right. So we're here. But then we need to make sure that it actually has all the necessary materials, because right now it's showing 0 for the length and default arrangement. So what graphics is looking for is they're looking for a number to associate it with their arrangement in ProPresenter, and the same for lighting. So we're going to go into this song. I've already got it open up here, but I'm just going to open a new link just so you can kind of see that. So we know that this song, actually, I went ahead and pulled it up on Multitracks, because Multitracks will actually show me who it's by. It'll show me the original key, BPM, everything that I need to know, and the original arrangement from the record. Now, an important note is their charts match their tracks. Well, graphics is going to be looking at your chart. So ultimately, the sequence needs to match your chart, because that's what they're going to look off of. They're going to look off the original song or the rehearsal tracks or whatever you've given them, and your chart to make sure that that is what's in ProPresenter. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this. A lot of times I like to split the screen so I can see both. So I know that this song is 449. It's 78 BPM, and it's 4/4. Then I'm going to create an arrangement. Remember, we're really communicating to graphics, so they don't need to know that you have 3 intros. First one, pre-chorus, chorus. Just go ahead and put vamp. In Bellingham's ProPresenter, we say interludes for short little turnaround kind of thing between sections, and instrumentals for longer. So interlude means short, instrumental means longer. So I'm honestly guessing that this is an interlude rather than a vamp. I'm going to put in interlude. Okay, so we've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus, interlude, verse 2, pre-chorus, interlude, chorus, interlude. And really interlude means a blank slide, so that's how it translates to ProPresenter. Chorus, we've got a bridge, chorus, outro. And we always end with an end slide, an end group in ProPresenter, which is 2 blank slides. We display the copyright on the first blank slide, and then the next blank slide is just blank, so we don't have this copyright that's staying on the screen for 2 minutes of an outro. So unless the outro actually has words, then it's really not a news section in ProPresenter. It'd really be just the end. But I'm going to leave it in there just for now because we don't know, and we can clean that up later. Hope that didn't save. 4 save. Great. So now we have a sequence in there, and we know it's by number 1 because it's the first one in here, Chris Tomlin. Save. Great. So we have what is actually the default arrangement. Now, when you pull in new songs, Planning Center and Song Select, they've actually worked out a system to where it populates all of this if it's a new song. But this is an old song, so I had to manually populate it. It'd be awesome if there was a way to push a button and it just say populate information from Song Select, but that's not there yet. So we have that in there because now this becomes a network resource. We're actually able to communicate to everyone. Yes, it's a little bit more time, but we're thinking network-wide. We're thinking how can we invest a little bit of time that could potentially save another worship director or another worship leader or another volunteer time. So we're just investing a little bit of time and into the network, basically, is the mindset. So, but we're only going to do the chorus of this song. So we're going to go back to this arrangement. Notice how it hasn't updated. So let's see if we refresh it. If it'll give us all that information or not. It sure did. But we're only going to do the chorus of this song. So we're going to go in here and we're going to edit the sequence for this particular weekend. So here's an important thing. If we don't uncheck this, it's going to undo all of the work that we just did. So we just want a chorus. I'm assuming that he's going to do it a couple times. I'll actually have the worship leader go back through and make sure that this is correct after watching this video. So let's just say he's going to do it 4 times, and then there's going to be an end slide. We'll give these writers some credit when we even do a tag. Let's get them credit. So now we can take this out, because really, anything that's in description should be something that should communicate to the people who are going to be using it in the service. The people who are going to be using it in the service, they're going to be your video director. They need to know, am I pushing a button to fire a video, or to put up lyrics, or to take a new camera shot, or the front of house engineer. He's going to need to know that as well. Really, all of the tech team, they're going to be watching. They're going to be actually watching this plan, but they don't need to know anything other than this. You've clearly communicated this. The other thing that they need to know, though, is who's leading who's leading what song. That's that. Even though it's one person, our video directors are used to seeing at a quick glance, because they're pushing a lot of buttons back there. They want to see at a quick glance who's leading what. So even if it is Shane every single time, it's really easy to say, all right, I'm going to stay on Shane, versus they have to pull up they're not always looking at Planning Center on a mobile device. We a lot of times will print it off. So just give them all the information right away so that they don't have to ask you the question later. You know, Planning Center can communicate all the things that you need it to do, or you can answer the question later in person. I want to spend my time in person doing things that can't be done in writing or building relationships. So this should communicate everything that you need to communicate logistic-wise. I don't want to have to communicate simple logistics when I could just write it down. So now I'm looking through here. I know which camera, which mic to turn on, which button to push. I can see that I've got a sequence in here for everything. I can see that I've got files in here. And when I go to the rehearse tab, I can say, okay, yeah, my band's going to know what I want them to play. Because there's phases ultimately to using Planning Center. There's phases to it. There's the planning phase where we're communicating to the planning room, and then there's the phase where you're communicating to the band. But when it gets time to the weekend, the band pretty much knows where they're going to go, because they're not going to be following this set list per se. It's really going to be the tech team. So let's make this as small as we can make it, because we're going to cut it out to be like a 4x4 square so that it's taped onto the cameras and whatnot. So we want to just keep this to bare bones information that they need to know. So anyway, it looks like we've got everything that we need, and we can even say, usually I'll save it up here that it's a tag, quick reference. It is nice to know that at a quick reference that it's not a full song. So we've got a tag. There we go. Now we should be set for this weekend.